All right, welcome back to the channel, guys. It is me, 80 Searches, guys. Today, guys, we'll be doing our match previews that I did in the past. So I'm going to go ahead and explain the new change, and I'll explain why I'm doing this new change and all that. And then with that done, I will be getting to the match preview. So the reason why I've decided to go back to the original thing is because, as I said before, guys, when I do the match preview the hour before the match, I really don't have enough time to really do a detailed match preview. I don't have time to go in depth. And with the match beginning like an hour's time from then, you guys will not be able to see it. And by the time the video is out for you guys will have already, most of you guys probably aren't really looking on YouTube right now. So it's to help me get the more views and that stuff. So I think it's better to do that, as well as it gives me more time to prepare. And so that's what we're going to do. And that I'll give my initial lineup reactions on Twitter. So make sure you follow me on Twitter, where I'll do a lineup reaction. I'll do a quick summary of the lineup and just give you guys my thoughts. Okay, so rather than me making a video trying to find the lineup and all that, because like I said before, guys, it takes so much time for the teams to release their lineups, and at that amount of time, guys, I could do other stuff, so it's just like that. So the match previews the day before the match review the day of the match, and of course, I'll try my best to be get it out as soon as I can. As soon as the match is over, I'll try to do a video with me wrapping my thoughts. But remember, guys, when I do those thoughts, it's just my initial thoughts. Like, I can't really do like an in-depth review because the game just finished. I need some time to digest the information. So I'll try to get the match review out as an hour after the match, unless I'm busy. Like, I'm very busy, then I might just hold it off and do it the next later that day, or just do the next day afterwards. So it really depends on my schedule. So with that being said, let's go and get started. So if you guys didn't see my video on the Ron Koeman's future, I did mention in the video that there are 4 games for Koeman, and that these 4 games are win or break, meaning that you have to win. There is no draw, there is no loss option. And that if you fail to win, you're out. I mean, it's as simple as that. You have 4 games, you have to win. You have to win each of those 4 games to secure your job. And for Ron Koeman in particular, this is his first game of the Ultimatum. Okay? And this is a game in which we should win. With all due respect to Granada, I know Granada's a decent team. They have beaten us the last 2 seasons in a row consecutively, but we really honestly should be beating this team. And you look at Granada's table of form in the league, they're currently 17th right now in the league, and you can see the games they have played this year. This season, they've been very, very awful. Got a draw against Villarreal. Not too bad indeed, getting a draw of Valencia, that's decent. But then this is where concerns really began. When they lost to Rayo Vallecano 4-0, it's a newly promoted team, and then they also lost 2-1 to Real Betis at home. So it is very, very concerning that they're yet to be convinced in La Liga. And as I said before, guys, Granada is a team you cannot disrespect. Now, as for Barcelona, we aren't coming into this in great form either. In fact, we've only picked up 7 points, and actually, guys, our wins have been very, very much unconvincing. You look at the game against Real Sociedad, that first half was pretty good. The second half was great for the most part, but it was really the latter stage of the second half that was very, very poor. Obviously, the game against Athletic Club was not that great. Still managed to get a draw. And then the game against Getafe was a game in which we were probably fortunate to have won that game, because Getafe, they dominated us basically in the second half. And, we were very fortunate. So, obviously, I do think Barcelona are not coming into this in great form either. And obviously, you got to look at the defeat to Bayern Munich at home at the Camp Nou, although that was the Champions League. So, for me, guys, this is the game that we should win. And as I said before, guys, it's going to be really interesting to see how we do against Granada. So you can see right there, guys, Barcelona have lost 2 of the last 4 matches against Granada in La Liga, as many defeats in the previous 27 matches against them in the competition before this. At home, Barcelona won 24 of their last 24 matches against Granada in La Liga, with their only exception coming to the loss in the last meeting in Camp Nou, and the only coverage 2-1 defeat last April. Barcelona have won each of the last 7 games they have played on Monday since a 4-3 loss in January 1998 against Valencia, while Granada won none of the last 7 they have played on this day of the week in the competition. Wow, that's crazy. Only once in the 21st century have Barcelona won a league game of Camp Nou, which they have conceded 3 or more goals. While that game against Granada, in the 5-3 in March 2012 under Pep Guardiola. Interestingly enough, we also won 5-3 against Granada recently. Barcelona are unbeaten in the last 3 La Liga games in 2020 or 2022. While they win or draw this will be their highest point total from their first 4 games of the league campaign since 2018-2019, where they won each of their opening 4 such matches. That's crazy, guys. That if we could win or draw this game, that would be our best outing we've had best La Liga start we've had since 2008-2009, which is really worrying, guys. Which is really, really worrying indeed. So yeah, guys. As I said before, guys, Granada for me, guys. They got some decent players, obviously. The players to look out for, obviously, as follows. Let's look at the players they also have. You got Luis Suarez, Luis Abraham, Carlos Bacca, Monchu as well. It'll be interesting to see whether he play against his former team. Darwin Manchis, Santiago Reyes, Maximano, Escandal, Rodgimi, Duarte, Edgar Gonzalez. It's a decent team, guys. It's a decent team indeed. And I would keep an eye upon Escandal because I remember he had a really good game against Barcelona in the Copa del Rey. Luis Suarez as well. Obviously, keep an eye on Carlos Bacca as well. Keep an eye on Monchu as well. He could potentially play this one, and so forth. So, yeah, man. Darwin Manchis as well, another player to keep an eye for. So, honestly, guys, as I said before, guys, we should win this game. We should win this game. And for me, guys, I expect us to win. I expect us to win with all due respect to Granada. They should not win this game. So before we get into the lineups and all that, I do want to make sure that I tell you guys very clearly indeed. There are two players that have been injured ever since that Bayern game, and those players are as follows. We have Pedri. Pedri is not going to be fit for this game. He is expected to miss 2 to 3 weeks. 2 weeks being the minimum and a month being the max. And Jordi Alba as well. 2 weeks the minimum as well. I think he's out for a month, basically. So meaning that we're going to have to see some changes. Now, according to some reports, Ansu Fati could potentially play against Granada. There are some reports, although I do feel as though it's a bit too early to say, and I don't think he'll make it just in time. I think he might make the squad list. However, I don't anticipate him starting. I don't think he's starting this game. I can guarantee that right now, guys. He is not going to start this game. I think he will probably either just about miss out. I think here's what's going to happen. I think he's going to miss this game against Granada because it's a bit too soon. And I think he'll make the squad list against Cadiz. And then I think he might start against Levante. I just have this feeling that we're going to see something like that. So that's just want to let you guys know. Braithwaite is still injured. Dembele is still injured. I think who else is still injured? I think Aguero is still injured. I think that's really about it. I think that's about it. And those are for the injuries, that is. So those are the injuries that I know of. If there's any other injuries, let me know in the comments below. Those are the injuries that I can at least remember. So we'll now move on to the lineup. Let's go ahead and explain the lineup, guys. Remember, guys, this is not what I want. This is what I'm predicting. Okay, this is my predicted lineup. Okay, and if I do differ, I will let you guys know. So let's start with the goalkeeper. Obviously, guys. Let's start with the formation first. Actually, for me, guys, I think we're gonna do a 4-3-3 in this game. I don't anticipate 3-5-2 for this game because, as I said before, guys, Granada have been very, very poor, and we obviously know the 4-3-3 is the main formation Barcelona use, as well as the fact that we're kind of like a bit weak in the center back position. So that's also another reason why I'm going with the 4-3-3. So let's start with goalkeeper. Obviously, it's a no-brainer. Marc-Andre ter Stegen. Hopefully, he can keep a clean sheet. It's been a very long time since we haven't kept a clean sheet so far in the season of the league. It would be nice to get one here against Granada. So we should. I hope we can get. I think Dest should be fit enough to start. I know Dest didn't play against Bayern, obviously, because he had that injury scare. And obviously against Canada, the U.S. playing the World Cup qualifiers. I do anticipate, though, he should be fit enough to start, or at least not play the full 90 minutes. I do think that we could see Mingueza come on to the game. I wouldn't be surprised to see Mingueza start, but I'm going to say Dest will start because, as I said, I think Dest, for me, should be fit enough to start. At least I imagine so. I think his injury scare is done. But don't be surprised if Mingueza starts. The PK for me, obviously, I think he's going to start. It's a no-brainer. Araujo for me is going to start. As I said, there's really no other options we have. I mean, Eric Garcia is suspended for this game. He will not be playing this game. Actually, Eric Garcia, never mind. His suspension is over. His suspension's over already, so he could actually play this game. So take back what I say because he already served his suspension against Getafe. So the reason why I'm going to go with PK in this one is because Garcia didn't really have a great game against Bayern Munich, so I don't think he's going to start this game. And I feel like for me, Garcia should be rested. Only come on if Araujo is not fit or something. Okay. And then for me, Alejandro Balde, obviously, there's really no other replacements we have at the left back. Obviously, he's the most natural. But don't be surprised if Koeman does this thing where he puts Dest as the left back, Mingueza as the right back. But I don't believe he's going to do that because he prefers to have a natural left back in his press conference today. So I think for me, we're going to see Alejandro Balde start. And then for me, that midfield, I think CDM is going to be Busquets. I think he will start for sure in the midfield. Obviously, it's a no-brainer. Then I'm going to say De Jong, obviously, is going to start. This is self-explanatory. And then I'm going to go with Roberto in the midfield. Now, this is what I'm predicting. Keep in mind, guys, not what I want. Okay? And I just realized I made a mistake with the lineup. I'll get to that a little later. Okay? For me, guys, I would love to see Gavi start, or at least Puig. I would like for either the two players to start. I just have this feeling that Koeman is just going to go for the experience. He just loves Roberto. And Roberto's been in pretty good form for us in La Liga, so I do believe that even though I wouldn't do it, obviously I have a feeling that Roberto will start, unfortunately. I hope I'm wrong, though. I hope I'm very wrong indeed. And you can see right there, guys, in the thing, I did mess things up, guys. I didn't even realize until now. And that there are two continuous, guys. There are two continuous indeed. So let me go ahead and make an adjustment, okay? So let's put Depay there. Actually, no, that's the wrong one. Continue. Let me keep that one there. And then we'll put Depay on the left. Okay? So, yeah, I forgot to change that out. Sorry about that. So, yeah, I think we're going to see Depay obviously start. Obviously, for me, he's the Barca's probably best player so far this season. He's been very consistent. 2 goals and assists. Hopefully, he can continue scoring for us tomorrow. Luke de Jong, I expect him to start up front. As I said, there's really no other options. Personally, I wouldn't really do it. And then I would have Coutinho. So, my team is basically very similar. The only changes I would make are I would put I would put Puig in place of Roberto. And then, I would have Coutinho on the left, Depay in the middle, and then on the right, I would put Yusuf Demir. That would be my thing. I just don't think Koeman's going to put Yusuf Demir in this game because, like I said, he doesn't have enough experience, as he quote-unquote says. And remember, guys, Koeman wanted Luke de Jong. And I feel like Luke de Jong, for me, if we have crosses to the box or anything like that, he can be a person that can head the goal. And I think Luke de Jong will have a much better game than he did against Bayern. Okay? So with that said, guys, this leads me on to my score prediction for this game. Okay? For me, guys, I do expect Barcelona to win. I would hope Barcelona would win. But at the same time, though, do I really want Barcelona to win? Because as I said before, guys, if Barcelona wins, Koeman stays longer. So it's kind of weird in this situation because normally I do support Barcelona. I would like for Barcelona to win. It's just that we're coming into a situation where I don't really want Koeman to stay anymore with this team. And so this is going to be kind of weird for me to say this, but I'm actually kind of hoping that we don't win. So that way Koeman just gets sacked. But let me just say this right now, guys. If we do not win, then Koeman has to be sacked. Because otherwise, then I'm not willing to drop points. I will only drop points. I will only allow a loss or draw if Koeman gets sacked after this game. That's my only thing. Other than that, then I want us to win. So with that said, guys, my score prediction is that I think Barcelona will win 2-0. I do believe we're going to keep a clean sheet finally. However, don't be surprised if we don't keep a clean sheet because you guys know that this team is very, very we definitely could concede a goal. Just knowing how Barca's defense is like. So I think Depay is going to open the scoring for us in the 20th minute. I think he'll open the score. And then in the second half, I think we'll open the score in the 60th minute. And I think that goal is going to come from... You know what? I'm going to go for it. I'm going to say Luke de Jong scores. I don't know why. I just have this feeling he'll score from a header. So that's my prediction for you guys. My prediction is that we win 2-0. I want you guys to comment down below what your score predictions are, as well as what do you think of this lineup, guys? I think this lineup for me would be a pretty strong lineup. For me, the only concern I have with this lineup is the midfield. Because for me, that midfield in particular for Barcelona has been very disappointing. I've been very disappointed in this midfield. Because in my opinion, this midfield should be doing a lot better. And I think for me, if we can have a core midfield, then I think we win this game easily. But if we don't have a strong core midfield, and I think the longer the game stays 0-0, that benefits Granada, and I think that gives Granada some hope that they can get a draw or a win. Okay? So that's it for today, guys. I want you guys to comment down below on all that. Make sure you guys check out my other platforms, my Twitter, my Discord, my Twitch, and I'll see you guys there. Peace out. Remember, guys, comment, subscribe.